Lewis Hart for The Ring magazine. Delighted today to be joined here in New York with the Dream, Devin Haney, as he takes on Brian Norman Jr. in November in Saudi. Devin, good to be speaking to you. How's things? How are you?
Oh, things are good. I'm happy to be here. Happy to have another fight set for another world title, and yeah.
Yeah, we're obviously here in New York kicking off your fight with Brian Norman Jr. New weight, new belt to collect for yourself.
Yeah.
How excited are you the challenge of Brian Norman Jr.?
I'm excited for to be 3-division champion. God willing. Brian Norman, he's just another opponent, just another stepping stone. But I'm excited. He's the best guy in the 147 pound division. So when I beat him, that makes me the best.
Mm-hmm. As of late, he's collected a lot of highlight reel knockouts, the one of Santidon and the most recent one of Jinta Saki. From your point of view, have you been impressed with Norman Jr. and his performances and his knockouts?
I mean, yeah, no, he's put on good performances, but he's put on performances against guys we've never heard of. I don't know not one person on his resume. We know that Top Rank has the best matchmakers in the game, and they've shown that time and time again. And I think that's what his resume shows. He shows that guys that he's been supposed to knock out, he's supposed to do that too. He's been doing it.
So for yourself, you don't really read too much into it because you know what boxing fans are like. A few knockouts, people get excited. This is the new guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're supposed to be excited. I'm not saying that he's not a power puncher. I'm not saying he doesn't hit hard. He's not strong. I definitely think that he's all that, but against the right guys.
Mm-hmm. Albeit you are the challenger. Do you feel like there's a pressure on yourself when people expect certain things for yourself from you?
No, I mean, I've been here for a while now. I'm young, but I'm the young OG. So I've been doing this for a while now at the highest level. So it's just another title, another opponent for me, and yeah.
You mentioned there about yourself being young, and you were thrown onto the world stage at early on in your career. Albeit young, you still feel like you've got so much left in the game. How do you feel like that experience that you've had so far has shaped you now? I guess the man you are, but especially in your career too.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's made me the fighter that I am today. From my experience, from me sharing the rings with the best of the best fighters, guys like Loma, legends of the game. It'll just show that this is my first time that I'm fighting a guy that's younger than me, that I got more experience than, that I'm. So it will show just how much levels I am above him.
In terms of the competition you faced, where do you think Norman Jr. ranks?
I don't know. I got to share the ring with him. I can't say. I don't know. I don't know how good he is, but like I said, he's done what he was supposed to do against the guys that they put in front of him. I'm on a whole different level. I've been at this level since I was 20, 21 years old. So this is nothing new for me. This is new for him. This is his big moment. This is his first time at the top. I've been here.
Do you think that could be too much for him then?
No, it will be. It will be too much. Against a guy like me. He, like I said, I'm going to show that I'm levels above him. I've been fighting these guys at the top level, the best of the best fighters in the world for some time now. He hasn't. I'm the first guy at the top that he's fought. Other than that, like I said, I genuinely don't know not one person that he's beat. I don't know not one person. I don't even think you know. Yeah. You tell me. Do you know? Name somebody.
Giovanni Santillan.
I don't even know who that is.
Jin Sasaki.
I don't know who he is neither. I swear, I don't know. But you.
Those are the two biggest wins I'd say of his career. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you probably watch boxing more than me, maybe. Or maybe it's your job to know.
Yeah. I should have named more, but yeah. I guess.
Do you know who has Devin Haney fought? Let's hear it.
Vasily Lomachenko, Regis Prograis. Ryan Garcia, Jose Ramirez. I feel like I'm missing George Kambosos times two. Which this is something we're going to get onto.
Jojo Diaz. We can go.
Jorge
Linares. We can go on and on and on.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was going to touch on to in a bit, but just firstly touch on the decision to move to 147 as well. A new weight for yourself. I guess how do you feel there and competing at that weight now and just putting super lightweight behind you, I guess you could say? Yeah,
no, I feel good. Obviously, I haven't done the exact fight yet at 147. My last fight was at a catch weight, and I feel great. I made the weight super easy, and this fight, I'll be feeling even better. I feel like I'll be much stronger, and won't have to focus on weight. Last camp I felt like that, but this camp I feel even better.
Yeah. Do you feel like that is a big part?
I'll be more of my natural self.
That's what I mean. Do you feel like there's a more part of your game where, you know, on a fight week or even in the lead up to a fight, you aren't having to like have that fight with the scales in a sense as well?
Yeah, my last fight was like that, and this fight will be even more. Like I said, it'll be more of my natural, me and my natural self, my natural walk around weight, rather than losing a lot of weight and then trying to put on a lot of weight to hydrate up. Because my body's so depleted, it'll be more me just being my natural weight in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Well, we just listed the resume there, and you know, Norman Jr. He's another guy that would be a big name in your resume. I wanted you to talk about your mentality, that there isn't many guys like yourself who, no matter who it is, you're ready to take the challenge.
When I beat him, they wouldn't be like another big name on my resume. It was gonna be a guy. Oh, they're gonna say, oh, he was supposed to do that. He was supposed to beat him. He was supposed to. They're gonna say all these same things that I'm saying now. They're gonna say then.
Mm-hmm. But what is it about your mentality that you constantly want to push for the biggest challenges, no matter what?
Because they make a new person every day. So it's always a young, hungry guy coming up, and you know they're saying that, oh, this is the new challenge, and right now he's the new challenge. He's a new guy. So now knock him off, and then it'll be somebody new, and it'll be somebody new. So it's part of it.
Do you want the credit for your resume?
Of course, yeah. No, I mean,
care?
My resume speaks for itself. You know, I feel like the world gives me my credit for my resume. They know that I've been in there with the best of the best. They know I never ducked no fights, and I always wanted to fight the best fighters in the world. And you know, I've shown that at 140, Regis Prograis was arguably the best guy at 140. I go up to 147, taking on arguably, now that Boots left, the best guy at 147.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, you know, you can talk it, but doing it as well, how much confidence do you feel like, and how much sort of do you look at yourself to give confidence, knowing that no matter what I say, you know, I back it up, unlike others?
No, I don't have to say anything. You can look. The proof is in the pudding. You can look at my body of work. You can look at the names. Look at the fights, the people that I fought. So I can say what I want to say, but all these other guys, they say it, but they don't have the resume to show it. My resume actually shows it.
Looking back now on the Jose Ramirez fight, I think it's fair to say, look, there was criticism for yourself from that fight, from your performance.
Yeah.
Was that frustrating to deal with? Was that hard to deal with, would you say?
No, it comes with it. You know, first they say, oh, he gets hit with left hands. He repeatedly gets hit with left hands. I fought Regis Prograis, I didn't get hit with one left hand. Then they say, oh, he gets hit with left hooks. He's a sucker for a left hook. Then I go inside the Ramirez fight and I don't get hit with no left hooks. Then they say, oh, well, he's running. So it's huge. They always gonna say something, but like I said, I just gotta keep beating whoever they put in front of me, and they're gonna keep making new guys and just keep lining them up.
Yeah. You know, it was an observation that was made by Anthony Joshua after the Andy Ruiz fight that since then he's been gun shy, and I think people made that observation about yourself after the Garcia fight, especially the Ramirez. How would you respond to the critics of people that would say that you are gun shy?
Like I said, they're gonna say something regardless. So, you know, if I went in there and I got hit with a bunch of left hooks, they're gonna say, "Oh, he didn't learn. He didn't learn nothing. He didn't. He's getting hit with the same punch." Or if I go in there and I get hit with all right hands, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, he got hit with all. He now he's a sucker for right hand." So they're gonna say something regardless.
Yeah.
They're gonna they make up stuff to say.
So with that, would you say, like, you know, I don't really care about what people like? Do you care about what people like? Do you put much into it?
At the end of the day, I just want to be the best me. And November 22nd, I want to be the best Devin Haney possible. I want to go in there and become, you know, 3-division champion, inshallah, and get another victory.
Away from that, I did want to ask you, because I haven't had a chance to yet, we know that there was talk of a Teofimo Lopez fight potentially in August. That didn't come to fruition. I'm sure your side, you was all ready for that, but it seemed like on the other side it weren't the case. I guess what was the deal with that from your point of view with Teo?
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, my side, I agreed on everything on my side. I signed everything. The ball was in Teo's hands to do the same thing, and he didn't. Simple as that.
Was that frustrating for yourself?
No, I mean, we're just like, all right, boom, now we on to the next. You know, he talked all this, called me out multiple times, and then when it came time to actually do it, he reneged. So, you know, now then it was like, okay, Ryan Garcia was out, Teo was out. Now who was next? Who was the next best guy that I could that I could fight? Yeah. And we reached out. Well, they came with Boots Ennis. We said, yeah, We said, let's do it, but we want to do it at 147. They came back with 152. I'm like, why would I fight at 152? I never even fought at 147. No, we can do it at 147 or not. Yeah. So then he moved up or whatever, and then Brian Norman.
Yeah. And you mentioned about Garcia there, and obviously there was that night in May where it seemed like, you know, it was all set for yourself to both to have a rematch. On his end, obviously lost to Rolly Romero. When you're sitting there ringside and you're watching that, you know, how are you feeling when you're seeing sort of a big fight of yourself almost slip away, I guess?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was disappointed in Ryan a bit because everything was signed for us to fight. You know, everything was just that was just supposed to be a easy night for him, for us to get, you know, to get it on and, you know, put all the talk, everything to bed and figure out what it really was. So I was anxious for that fight. I was thinking about that fight. All through training camp, I was thinking about that fight, but it didn't happen. And I think it'll happen. I would think it will happen in the future, though.
Yeah, I was like, do you think it's still there, that fight, the rematch?
Yeah, I think eventually, yeah.
Did want to ask you as well?
I think people still want to see that fight, and I still want to do that fight because it's still, you know, I want to settle that.
Yeah. With a new weight class at 147, obviously there becomes new potential fights for yourself that you're going to get linked to. I've got to ask you myself, being from the UK, yourself and Conor Benn have had a bit of back and forth throughout the years.
Sure.
Would you ever recognise that as a big fight at 147?
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, we got to see him back at 147. Right, his last fight was, I think, at 160. Yeah, 160.
Yeah. I
think they're about to do another fight at 160. So, yeah, if he comes back down to 147, and but I want him to actually fight at 147 first, rather than, you know, me just hoping that he makes weight and, you know. But yeah, no, if he comes back down to 147, of course, yeah, I will let him make that fight.
Yeah, good stuff. Devin, before I do let it go, we'll speak to Brian Norman Jr. later. Have you got a message for Norman Jr.?
Man, I see him November 22nd, Saudi Arabia. Hey, listen, I'm gonna show you it's different levels to this. You know, you've been on that level, you did good, but now this is a whole different level. So I'll see you November 22nd.